Hey, what is up, everybody? This is David Truss for theloveofplay.com, and I'm here doing a spotlight for a game called Capsule. I really don't know much about this game at all. There's some kind of disturbing breathing. I'll be quiet for a sec. Oh God, it's weird. It's not quite like someone's trying to catch their breath. It's like labored in a different way, but it's very creepy. It's unsettling. Again, don't know much about this game, but that's what I was greeted to on the menu screen. So I'm in. You know, that's really all you need to have to get me hooked. That's not true, but you know, it's enticing to some degree. What's going on? I want to find out. Okay, so controls. Okay. That's okay. Okay, so yeah, this game is very abstracted. Immediately it makes me think of like a submarine's radar screen or something. Air pocket. Okay, so that boosts our oxygen. Ion vent, what does that do? Is that good? Is that a good thing to hit? I can't tell. Is that dropping my power? I think it might be. But it was to a pretty minor degree. Is there anything on... Oh. Is there any marking on the rate on the bottom sort of chart, the degrees? Okay, so I'm running out of oxygen. Oh, okay. So spacebar gives me it sends out a sonar or a radar pulse. Ion vent, air pocket. Okay, and it takes like a second. I'm gonna get an ion vent one more time and try to see. Okay, so it gives you more power. And I think you must lose power from using your radar pulse or sonar pulse. I'm gonna say sonar. This gives me the breathing, the blue, the sort of low rent radar. Makes me feel like this is like we're underwater. But I really like that it hasn't explicitly given you any sort of indication to what the setting is, other than it's a place where you need oxygen and you need a radar to navigate through the space. It's interesting. Oh jeez. So yeah, I need some more oxygen. I wonder, if we're gonna run into some other things. I don't think I've explored out into a certain direction. Maybe I should pick a degree and sort of, let's head towards 0 degrees. Okay, and so they take a second to load in what these items are too. I imagine that later on they're gonna expose us to some things that we would want to be avoiding. So that's sort of the risk reward as you approach something. You need to kind of be cautious about how about whether or not it's a pickup that you want to get. But as of yet, oh sorry, I was going the wrong way. So back to 0. There we go. Okay, and if I can move at a higher speed too. But yeah, the ambient noise is really Okay, and you can come to a full stop as well. Oops. Is that right? Yeah, this way. But yeah, the ambient noise is incredibly effective at sort of setting a mood with such like a visually simplistic game. It's really interesting. I tend to really like games where the layer of abstraction that you're sort of interfacing with resembles layers of abstraction that exist in the real world for actual sort of vehicles or, you know, interactions. Like this isn't that dissimilar from how I understand like a submarine's radar to work. So it's kind of cool that it's evoking that from just such a simple thing. But it's, you know, it kind of reminds me of that great sequence in the Call of Duty Modern Warfare in the first one. Oh geez, I'm running low on oxygen. Oh geez. But that sequence where you're, oh geez, this is gonna end poorly. I'm not running into anything. Yeah, okay, so I'm dead now. But it sort of reminds me of that sequence in, okay, so it dumps me right back in. It reminds me of that sequence in the first Call of Duty Modern Warfare, where you're in the AC-130 gunship, and it's really taking this thing that exists in the real world that's like kind of like visually basic, and it's even less sophisticated than, you know, what we are used to seeing in video games nowadays, but it sort of works so well to ground you in a type of reality because it's so close to something that exists, but it's very easily replicated. So maybe is there any indication that, okay, so I'm getting closer to something now. The meters are dropping. I didn't even notice that originally. So let's keep heading in this way. Uh-oh. Or maybe that's depth or something? It's hard to tell if, because this appears to just be moving on, like in my mind I'm moving on a flat horizontal plane, but of course there could be something else going on. I'm just trying to get those meters to keep dropping, but I keep missing. Something keeps happening. Huh. Yeah, I'm not sure if there's some element of the game that I'm missing out. Those two numbers in the bottom left-hand corner, I'm unsure of their significance. But I imagine, like, in a game where literally everything that they're giving us, everything that they're communicating to us is sort of an essential piece. I can't imagine that those numbers aren't important, but I might just be too daft to figure out what they are representative of. Okay, so it's still, the numbers dropping. Oh, whoa, okay. Oh. Okay. So we just docked as a message. 42 disk sectors repaired, 3 caches defragged. Okay, not sure what any of this means. A seismic disturbance. Profile matches natural origin. One seismic disturbance, no profile match. Erratic movement and periodic sonic emissions detected. Okay, so now we're getting a little bit of narrative to this, which will sort of fuel our imaginations, I imagine. Okay, and we're... Psycat. Okay, so now we're... Oh. Oh, jeez. Okay, so we don't want to run into nitrox. Yeah, that's definitely damaging us. Okay, so we gotta... Oh, whoops. Okay, now I think we're moving in a direction where that number is dropping again. Still need to be sort of vigilant to pick up oxygen and those power ion vents. Okay, but now we're introduced to some of those things that I suspected. Oh, some lichen? Or that doesn't do anything. Lichen, though, that sort of... Oh. I think that sort of throws my underwater theory under the bus. 'Cause I don't think lichen is a... is something that grows underwater. Ion vent? But yeah, no, okay, now that I sort of have figured out what you're supposed to be doing in this game, it's sort of... Oh, okay, a way station. Let's figure out what this is all about. I don't know what that did. But now that I've sort of found that first location, the game's definitely sort of taken on a different vibe. Now there's more of a clear sense of what my objective is. It's definitely become a little more interesting. Okay, none of that. Oh, there's a bunch of stuff. Okay, so we're running into Psycat and nitrox most frequently. Some air. We need some ion vents. Uh-oh, I'm going the wrong direction. But it is interesting because you do have to constantly be adjusting your trajectory. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, power. Man, that... Okay, here we go. You do have to constantly be adjusting your trajectory, which doesn't really make a lot of sense because, again, it feels like you're just moving on a horizontal plane, so it feels as though, you know, a single direction, just picking a direction and sticking to it would work. Okay, we're docking again. Hey Simon, just a heads up, but Probe 7 was a mess. We've always had to reboot these things from time to time, but it's getting more frequent and taking longer each time. Getting tired of it. Can you let me know if R&D is working on a patch? Thanks, Mills. Okay. Still waffling. Okay, so we're getting some narrative stuff. If I had to guess, I imagine this is escalating to... Okay, now we have pylons and crates. We'll see what this Oh boy. Doesn't seem to really do us much good. Crate, I don't know if, couldn't tell if that did anything. Oh, there's a mine, I imagine. That is not great to run into. Oh, okay, now we have something moving. We have some moving objects. Convoy. Okay, so yeah, this game definitely seems to be more than it is just on the surface. There's definitely some interesting things going on. This is Capsule. It's on Steam right now. Really interesting game. I think I'll stick with it for a while. This seems really cool. Incredibly evocative for such, like, mechanically and visually simple game. Okay, everyone. I will talk to you next time.